Hey, thanks for joining Sales with Suli, a mom of three who spent the last 12 summers knocking doors. Welcome to my podcast where I talk about all things women, the ups and downs of my journey, and what it takes to find success on and off the doors. Enjoy this episode. Welcome back, friends. Thanks for tuning in. This week, I'm excited to have we've had a couple people from the Grit, but I just continually keep hearing great feedback about their company, their organization, and just like the reps that they're having there. And so, of course, I've got to get some of them here on the show. And so today we have Taylor. This was her first year ever doing door-to-door, period. And so I kind of want to know, like, what's your background? Like, how did you get into sales and specifically the Grit?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of right before the beginning of last summer. I was trying to figure out what to do. I was previously working as like a dental assistant.
Okay.
And at being in school too, I worked part-time, was at school part-time. But knowing that the summer was coming up, I thought to myself, well, I can keep working as a dental assistant and try to find another part-time job. That was kind of my plan, but nothing was like falling into place. And I was like trying to figure out what to do. And then I actually found the Grit through social media. And
so you reached out to them.
Yeah.
Grit, you have been blessed.
No. So I was like, what is this sales thing? And I saw some like solar companies on Instagram, like people from my high school were doing this.
Wow.
And I was just like, what is this whole like sales thing?
Yeah.
So I actually DM'd some girls with a Grit and then some other people from other companies, just kind of asked them about their experience. And yeah, that's kind of where it all started. And then I actually like went into the office of the Grit, met with some other guys, and then I was like, I feel good.
So you DM'd like a few other people. So what made you decide to go with Grit over some of the other people that you had messaged as well?
Yeah, I mean, they kind of were up in there. Like, yeah, some of them wanted to kind of meet, or they were like, yeah, we can get you some more info. But it wasn't until I actually...
The follow-through wasn't good.
Yeah,
Got it.
better. And then, yeah, it wasn't until I actually went into the Grit. And this was like 2 weeks before the summer, so it was kind of fast. Well, maybe like 3 or 4, but I was like, you know what? Like they've actually like got a few girls here, and they've got a team with like 5 girls that they can put me on. Because I tried to reach out to some friends and see if they would want to come with me, but it just
didn't work out.
It was too soon. So yeah, I went and met with them, and just I don't know. They explained everything super well. It was super straightforward. I knew what I was getting myself into. So
that is awesome. And so like key that I took from that is definitely leaders, companies, like making sure that we are following through, like keeping commitments as people are reaching out, asking different things. Like, so for you to be the one to reach out like that's awesome. But tell us about like your first year. Like what was the dynamics? Like what were, some of like the hard things that you had to like overcome, and how'd you do it?
Yeah, I mean, that first week, oh boy, I remember was such a shock.
It's always the first week I feel like is a culture shock.
Yeah.
Like the first week is when you are literally gonna like find out who the big girls are. Like,
yeah. I know. I was like, what did I sign up for? Like, what did I get myself into? But it was good. Because I mean, we did a little bit of training before, and I did, as much as I could, but it was kind of just going out there, figuring it out. But they did prepare me as best as they could. But I didn't know the extent of like rejection. Like I guess I didn't, like put in perspective, okay, you're going to be knocking this many doors. You'll probably only get a couple yeses until I actually was out there. But, you just blow through and you just work hard, and you think, okay, like if I were to go home, it would be like, what would I do?
Yeah.
So and I'd feel like I didn't even give it a shot.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just kept, thought it would get better.
Did you do any your first week? How did you do your first week?
My first week, I did some, let's see, I got there, it was like Wednesday, and we were out in Minneapolis, and I think my first day, I think I got one. And then I think I got one almost every day, or maybe
Wow, your
not
first
any.
week.
My first week, or maybe there was 1 or 2 days where I didn't get any. But yeah, my first day, I think I did, or maybe it was the second. Well, I can't even remember. It just all blends together.
Yeah, it really does.
First second day I remember I got one, and I was like, okay, my boy Julian got me. It's gonna be okay. We got one.
That's okay. And I love that you talk about that, like just your very first week and the simple fact that it was like a culture shock. But what was going through your head, it was like, so I'm going to go home and do what?
Exactly.
Like there is just no point but going up. And it's just like, that's what I'm recognizing a lot with first year reps. They get out to area, they get out to their companies. They're so gung ho. They've basically sold us managers on why they're so amazing. And then they get out there and, you know, hit a couple of bumps and a couple of culture shocks. And now they're like a complete like different person. So what was helping you throughout the summer, aside from like, well, I'm not going home, to be able to just keep going, to be as never doing door-to-door period, being out there? And these are probably teammates that you've never met because you reached out to them. So what kept you going?
Yeah, I mean, I just always felt like so welcomed, and seeing like others. So what also really motivated me was seeing like other girls on the grit, like going out and knocking. And then they would post on Instagram like, oh, like, for example, like Cassie King got this many, or like Jaden Jr. got like 4 today. And I was like, okay, if they can do it, like I could probably do it too. Like, and so really like seeing other girls and guys like who were out there for the first time too, still, like, you know, it's just about like, if you know you're not the only one, then you're like, okay, then I can do this. Because if they can do it, like I can do it too. And just seeing them rip like, you know, 4 or 5 a day, I was like, okay, like I know I'm like new at this, but I'm sure I can get there.
Yeah. And that's like one of the most common things that I'm hearing, like with the girls that are coming on the show, is just like us remembering that we are just like not alone. And so I think that's super big for like us as managers, and people running teams to be mindful about being inclusive, like whether they are a new person or whether they're succeeding or whether they're not, but also like showing and making sure that we are sharing each other's stats, like each other's wins and things like that. And so how was your guys' culture cultivated on the team for you to be able to have the success that you did?
Yeah. So with our team, all the teams throughout the grid, like all have their own Instagram page, but then we have the company page as well. And so as they would post like successes of the teammates or even myself, that really pushed me too. Because it's like, not that anyone wants that praise, but it's just like, wow, like they really do care, and they really want us to show our successes, and because not every day is a success.
Exactly.
And so when you do have them, they really respect that and praise you for that, and that just boosts your confidence, really.
I love that. Like praise is just like you said, it's like not that we need it, but having it really will boost like our confidence. So tell us about your stats. Tell us your numbers, like what you did this last summer, like what was your revenue, what you end with.
Yeah. So I remember when I first looked into sales, they talked about kind of what people could make or the goals they would set. And I was like, I'm really new at this, so I don't know. I'm just going to shoot for something. But
what'd you shoot for?
I remember looking at what other people on my team had put, and I didn't really know at the time like what was normal. So I think at the time, now I think about it, I'm like, what was I thinking? But I actually shot for like 300 accounts.
Yeah, and not what you were thinking. Good job.
No, but I was like, I thought that was like normal. I don't know. But my manager was like, yeah, like, I mean, we go big or go home. Like, let's do it.
Like, go big,
and I was like, wait, like, is that like too big? And he's like, nope, we're doing it. And I was like, oh, okay. So, but I ended up with, when I was out selling, I think like, throughout the halfway throughout the summer, I was getting close to like 100, and I was like, okay, I'm going to shoot for 200. I'm going to try to shoot for 200 accounts.
Nice.
And we made a goal to earn like, 40,000 in earnings. And then by the end of the summer, I was like at 200. And right when I hit 200, I was actually planning on to go home that weekend. It was like end of August,
Okay.
beginning of September. And I was like, okay, if I can just get 200, I'll be happy about that. But then I was so close to hitting commission bump that I was like,
I have to
yeah,
stay.
I
So
was
how
like,
long after did
oh
you
my
stay to
gosh.
get the
So-
commission bump?
yeah. So I stayed like an extra 3 days or 4 days. I think it was like, I don't know, I want to say like 10 extra counts. So I was like, okay, I can do this. But I was so mentally prepared to go home that I was just like, whew, okay, you can do this. You can do this. So I finished with like 212.
And did you get your pay bump?
Yeah. We got
You
it.
go.
Felt like
got
I was
her
begging for those deals, but we got it
You're
done.
like, I'll give it to you for whatever.
Yeah.
So you ended with 210 service account. What was your revenue?
Revenue was 164.
That's awesome. And you guys were in Minneapolis.
Yes.
Okay.
No, Milwaukee.
Oh,
Started in Minneapolis, but we actually went to Milwaukee to help.
I freaking loved Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Like that's where I did like my 1,000 accounts.
No
is in
way.
Milwaukee.
That's insane.
Yeah, and I loved it, and
Yeah.
I definitely would go back and sell pest control in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah,
great if
it's
you're
a good time.
hiring.
Yeah. Go Bucks.
Yeah. But no, that's awesome. So what are some of your goals for this upcoming summer? Like, what is it that you want to do? Are you going to be going back? Like, what do you want to do after this?
Yeah. So, when I did that first summer, I was like, yeah, like I'll try it out for a summer, maybe do another, but yeah, definitely doing another summer.
It's like, yes.
You just get ripped. It's like, what else am I going to do? You know?
where you can make that amount of money in 4
Exactly.
months.
Exactly.
Like, unless you're selling drugs, you're not going to get there.
No.
But-
Yeah, I don't think my parents would like that.
Right?
But let's see. So yeah, and so I thought, you know what, especially as I'm in school and I'm not tied down to like a career.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, milk it for all it's worth. And so I'll be going out this summer, and especially because I was like, okay, if I had only 2 weeks to train before I went out, I think if I like put in the work, then I can, I mean, like,
You can quadruple. Girl, you better be thinking humongous.
No,
You
so-
had 2 weeks to train
Yeah.
before you started, and you finished with 210 accounts. Like, imagine in this, like, I like to call the off season the training season. If you took it seriously, like,
Yeah.
there's no reason you shouldn't, like, quadruple your income.
yeah, no. So I was like, I really thought about that, and I was like, okay, like if I put in the work, I'm sure I can get like, 350. And then I was like, you know what? Let's go for 400.
Do
I'm gonna go for
it!
400 accounts.
I'm going to be cheering you on this upcoming
you're so
summer.
awesome.
I'm going to be like, Taylor, you
Yeah.
remember 400. We're going to,
400.
like, when I set the goal for 400, I was like, I could not go home unless it said 401.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
when you feel good. It's
Yeah.
just like one more than
Yeah.
whatever your goal was.
Yeah.
Okay? So I'm going to be cheering you on.
401.
But yeah, give us, so what would be some tips, or what would some things that you would leave behind for a rookie who's just never done door to door and just questioning every aspect about the space?
Yeah, no, so that's a good topic to bring up, because I mean, I kind of knew what I was getting myself into, but not entirely. But I would definitely tell a rookie, like you seriously, all you have to do is just work hard. That's literally all. You don't even have to be super outgoing, or you don't even, have to, I don't know, be a good negotiator. Like if you just work hard and like want it, like you're gonna see the results. And like definitely when I was out there were some days that I was just like, man, like this is rough. I'm not getting a ton. But something that like one of my managers, Alec Withers, told me was, and maybe it was Cody Olive too, they were like, well, you can't like look at each day as like, oh, this is like as an individual, like as individually as day to day, but like just knowing that if you finish throughout the summer, you're going to look back and you're going to like forget about those hard days, or it's all going to like add up at the end.
Yeah.
So it's like,
All
don't
the little
focus
things.
so much on like a bad day, because like there's going to be good days, and it's just going to overall just add up to your goal.
Like just having that work ethic, like each day, just focusing on the little things, it makes all the big difference come August 31st
Exactly.
when our summer's over. That's definitely like good advice to be able to leave people. And I think that's like the biggest thing is too many like reps are finding reasons to complain, or why their area sucks, or why their team sucks, or why their car partner sucks. And not enough of us are just closing our mouths and just putting our heads down and going to work. And it seems like that's exactly what you did this summer. And I commend you, Taylor, for reaching out, like getting into this space. And I hope that other people are inspired by you, because I am. Like,
you're awesome.
Definitely a lot. Yeah. People who meet you like in person, they're probably gonna be like, oh, she's quiet, she's reserved, she probably wouldn't have done like amazing. I've made those mistakes, and I was reserved in wanting to recruit those types of people. And so you guys are the type of people that I want to be around, who are gonna prove us wrong, who are gonna make a name for yourself in the space. But before we head out, I definitely want to be able to, as a rookie, I want to be your customer, and I want to hear your, I want to just hear your initial approach. Yeah, I know. Everyone's always like, oh, I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't whatever. There might be a one-liner in there or two as people are in the off season and training that they might want to implement into to their pitch. So I'll be your customer, and you can knock. And
Sweet. All right, let's do this. So knock on the door.
Hey,
how's it going?
Good.
Hey, so I'm Taylor with, oh, wow. I'm like so used to like saying Aptiv now because we've combined with them.
So it's Aptiv Grit?
Yeah, so I used to say, because I sold for Spydex and then GreenX for a little bit. So
now what are you going to say?
I'll say, I got to say Aptiv now.
Okay, cool.
Hey, so I'm Taylor with Aptiv. We're just out here on Branbury Street, just working with like the Johnsons over there, the Millers. You guys know the Millers?
No, but I'm okay.
No, that's okay. So, I mean, most everyone that we've treated here today had a company for the pest control, like Rise, Terminix, Orkin, but are upgrading with us. So real quick, if you don't mind me asking, do you guys have a company or not yet?
No, like I really just don't see bugs. So
yeah,
I'm
no,
totally
fine. Like the Miller said the same thing. Biggest reason they're just upgraded is because up here, like in the eaves, is people are getting like those occasional like wasp nests, spider webs, just occasionally. And what they used to do is like knock them down, power wash, broom them. But unless you cover the pheromones of the bugs, it's like when a dog marks a fire hydrant, right? They're always right back to that same spot. So, do you guys mostly get those here in the front, the back? Where do you mostly see them?
Like in our patio, in the back, we'll get those. Yeah,
cool. Yeah, same with the neighbors. So we'll take care of that. And then, I mean, down here at the base of the home, you get maybe like occasional cracker crevice. How long have you guys lived here in the home?
Probably for like 6 years.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Yeah, same with like the Millers. So pretty much just over time, those foundations start to wear down. So we'll just create a barrier 3 feet up, 3 feet out and around the home, just sealing everything up. So like these occasional like ants, spiders don't get in down to the basement.
Huh.
And then out in the yard, like the Millers and some of the others, the Johnsons, are seeing like those occasional like black ants, red ants. Do you guys typically get those in the front, the back, just occasionally around?
Sometimes like in the walkway when I'm getting in from work, but not too bad.
Yeah, just occasional stuff. But yeah, so what we'll do is we'll treat the whole yard, spray, and then we'll granulate to get down to the source, the nesting, the breeding. That way you guys don't have to keep like spraying them because they just come right back, right?
Yeah.
So we'll just get down to the source there for you guys. Then keep going.
I love it.
I go into pricing after that and stuff. So.
This is one thing that I love about the pest control industry is we do a phenomenal job in bandwagoning.
Yeah.
Like people feel so left out because we are bringing up their neighbors and things like that. And then just again, the more the better rep that you are, the more that you're using your hand gestures. Your head nods are there. You're like
use them so much.
Yes, like bringing out like the bug chart and stuff like that. And so I love it. It's no wonder that you just like slayed it. And this is just why I just love women so much in this space. Like we eat up training when we are shown a path, when we are given the examples of what we need, we're going to perfect it. And I feel like that you're going to be doing that in this off season. So I'm kind of excited to see what you do.
Yeah, I'm excited to train with some of the biggest leaders in the industry, and
yes, it's only going to help you level up. So you're definitely in a good spot. Yeah. But thanks for joining us, Taylor. And for those rookies out there or people who are just now getting into the space or nobody in the door-to-door industry, where can they find you and maybe shoot out their pitch to you or get like a few tips or advice from what you've accomplished? Yeah,
I mean, definitely on Instagram. Just Tay, and then it's __MO.
TAY ___MO.
Yeah. Okay. So you can find me there. on Facebook too, but yeah.
Okay, I love it. So for those of you female reps out there who, have no contacts in door to door, or just like kind of like wondering if sales is for you, like take a leap, like be just as consistent as Taylor and kind of find out what it is that you're getting into, and know that it's going to be worth it. Know that it's going to suck.
So worth it.
Yeah. Know that there's going to be obstacles, and that first week truly is going to be a culture shock. But just like Taylor, who probably didn't think that she was going to come back another summer, look at her. And I'm stoked to watch you hit your goals.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll do it for 11 years like you, but who knows?
Hey, I've been saying for like 8 years that I'm done with door to door, and then back ends come, and here I am.
I know. It's really worth it in the end.
It is. But thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Thanks for taking the time to tune in. If I've added any kind of value to your thoughts on knocking doors, please share this podcast with another female rep. Until next time, know that you are capable, you are valued, and most importantly, you are enough.